Now let us see some problems on these concepts. First one, write the direction ratios of the vector a bar is equal to I plus j minus 2k and hence calculate its direction cosines. Okay. And the second one, okay, now let us see the first one, solution to the first question. Write the direction ratios of the vector. Given vector a bar is equal to I plus j minus 2k. Now this is the given vector. You know, in any vector xi plus yj plus zk, x, y, z are called direction ratios of the vector. Now here the direction ratios are of this vector a bar are 1 comma 1 comma minus 2. Now these are the direction ratios. Next one, and also calculate direction cosines of this vector. What are the direction cosines? Direction cosine means that cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma are called the direction cosines to any vector. And you know, cos alpha is given by one r bar is equal to xi plus yj plus zk is any vector given. Then the direction cosines DCs of the vector r bar given by cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma, where cos alpha is equal to x by root x square plus y square plus z square and y by root of x square plus y square plus z square, z by root of x square plus y square plus z square. Okay, see, direction cosines of the vector r bar or cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma, where cos alpha is this one, cos beta is equal to this one and cos gamma similarly. Now direction cosines. For this direction cosines here, cos alpha is equal to 1 by root of 1 plus 1 plus minus 2 whole square 4, nothing but 1 by root 6. Similarly, cos beta is equal to 1 by root 6 and cos gamma is equal to minus 2 by root 6. Therefore, the DCs of the given vector a bar are 1 by root 6 comma 1 by root 6 minus 2 by root 6. Okay. Now coming to the second one, find the direction cosines of the vector joining 2 points A and B directed from A to B. Okay, the vector defined from A to B. Now let us define the vector from A to B. Here the point A given that 1, 2, minus 3 and second point B is minus 1, minus 2, 1. Now the vector AB bar is equal to, as we know, AB vector is x2 minus x1 into I vector, y2 minus y1 into j vector plus z2 minus z1 into k vector, where x1, y1, z1 is one point, x2, y2, z2 is the second point. So from that formula, x2 minus x1 is equal to minus 1 minus 2 I vector, y2 minus y1 minus 2 minus 4 j vector, and z2 here is equal to 1 minus of minus 3 plus 3, 1 plus 3, 4, 4k. Now this is the vector AB bar defined from A to B. Now here the direction ratios DRs of AB are minus 2, minus 4, 4. Now let us find DCs. For DCs, the DCs of the vector AB are minus 2 by root of a square plus b square plus c square, that is 4 plus 16 plus 16 comma minus 4 by root of 4 plus 16 plus 16, and next one is 4 by root of 4 plus 16 plus 16. They are minus 2 by 30 to 36. Root over 36 means that it is 6, minus 4 by 6 and 4 by 6. So clearly 2 table cancel in numerator and denominator. After that simplification, it is minus 1 by 3, minus 2 by 3 and 2 by 3. Now this is the direction cosines to the vector defined from A to B. Now there are two more problems. Third one is find the unit vector in the direction of vector PQ, where P and Q are the points 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6 respectively. Here the point P is 1, 2, 3, Q is 4, 5, 6. Now let us define the vector PQ first. P is the point 1, 2, 3 and Q is the point 4, 5, 6. Now the vector PQ is equal to OQ vector minus OP vector, position vector of Q minus position vector of P, that is 4 minus 1 into I vector, 5 minus 2 into J vector, 6 minus 3 into K vector, that is 3I plus 3J plus 3K. Okay. Now we have defined the vector PQ, but the question is find unit vector in the direction of PQ. So for unit vector, divide the vector by its magnitude. Now the unit vector in the direction of PQ is given by PQ by modulus of PQ. PQ vector is equal to 3I plus 3J plus 3K whole divided by its magnitude, that is 3 square, 9 plus 9 plus 9. Now this is equals to, while taking 3 common, it is 3 into I plus J plus K by 9 plus 9 plus 9, 27. Root 27 is equal to 3 root 3. Now of course 3 cancel and I plus J plus K by root 3. Now that is the unit vector in the direction of PQ. Next, fourth question. Solution. See, let us see the question first. Find a vector in the direction of the vector 5i minus j plus 2k. Find the vector in the direction of 5i minus j plus 2k, which has magnitude 8 units. Now we have to find one vector in its same direction 5i minus j plus 2k whose magnitude is 8 units. How? Now first of all let us find unit vector in its direction. After that multiply that unit vector with 8. Then that unit vector become the required vector in its direction as well as 8 units to it. Hence the given vector, let the given vector be a bar 5i minus j plus 2k. Now the unit vector in the direction of a bar, unit vector in the direction of a bar is equal to a bar by mod a bar. Now that is 5i minus j plus 2k by magnitude of this vector is 25 plus 1 plus 4, 5 square plus minus 1 whole square plus 2 square. Now this is 5i vector minus j plus 2k by what about this? It is 26 plus 430 root 30. Okay, now that is the unit vector in the direction of the given vector. Now the required vector or the vector in the direction of a bar and whose magnitude is 8 units is now 8 times into 5i minus j plus 2k by root 30. Okay. Now that is the vector in the direction of a bar with the magnitude 8 units. Now the question number 5. Show that the vector I plus j plus k is equally inclined to the coordinate axis ox, oy and oz. Equally inclined to the coordinate axis. So the vector makes equal angles with the coordinate axis. Now we have to prove. A vector makes equal angle with the coordinate axis if the direction cosines cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma are equal. If cos alpha is equal to cos beta is equal to cos gamma, then alpha is equal to beta is equal to gamma. But what are alpha, beta, gammas? They are the value or the angles that are made by the vector with the coordinate axis. Now let us see. Solution. Let us find the direction cosines of I plus j plus k. Let the vector a bar is equal to I plus j plus k. Now the direction cosines dc's of a bar is equal to, so 1 by root of 1 plus 1 plus 1 root 3 and 1 by root 3 1 by root 3. See, 1 by root 3 1 by root 3 all are equal. Therefore cos alpha is equal to cos beta is equal to cos gamma. That implies alpha is equal to beta is equal to gamma. Hence the given vector I plus j plus k making equal angles or equally inclined to the coordinate axis xyz. Now the next question. Find the position vector of the point R which divides the line joining of the 2 points P and Q, whose position vectors are I plus 2j minus k and minus I plus j plus k respectively. Now I plus 2j minus k is position vector of the point P. Minus I plus j plus k is the position vector of the point Q. Now we have to find the position vector of the point R which divides line joining PQ in the ratio 2:1 internally, externally. So we have both the formulae. The internal section formula is given by MB bar plus NA bar by M plus N. External formula is MB bar minus NA bar by M minus N. Now, first bit. Here the position vector of P is equal to, that means OP vector is equal to I plus 2j minus k, and position vector of Q, OQ is equal to minus I plus j plus k. Now let us find position vector of R. See, let it be A bar and it is B bar, and dividing the point R dividing PQ in the ratio 2:1. Therefore, the position vector R bar OR bar is equal to 2 into OQ vector plus 1 into position vector of P, that is OP bar, by 2 plus 1. Now 2 into OQ vector minus I plus J plus K plus 1 into I plus 2J minus K by 2 plus 1 is 3. Right now it is on simplification minus 2I plus I, minus I, 2J plus 2J, 4J, 2K minus K plus K vector by 3. Now this is the position vector of the point R dividing PQ in the ratio 2:1 internally. Now let us find the position vector of R dividing PQ externally. Right now the position vector of R is 2 into OQ vector minus 1 into OP vector by 2 minus 1. So 2 into OQ vector is equal to minus I plus J plus K minus 1 into I plus 2J minus K by 2 minus 1. Now on this simplification, minus 2I minus I, minus 3I vector, 2J minus 2J of course gets cancelled, 2K minus of minus plus K, 3K whole divided by 2 minus 1, 1. Therefore, the position vector of R dividing PQ in the ratio 2:1 externally is minus 3I plus 3K. Stop. Show that the points A, 2I minus J plus K, B, I minus 3J minus 5K, C, 3I minus 4J minus 4K are vertices of a right angle triangle. Now let us prove these are the vertices of a right angle triangle. Here A is equal to, the position point means that position vector of A is 2I minus J plus K. Hence, the coordinates of A will be 2 minus 1, 1. The position vector of B is I minus 3J minus 4K. Hence, the coordinates of the point is 1 minus 3 minus 5. Similarly, the position vector of C is 3I minus 4J minus 4K. Hence, the coordinates of C 3 minus 4 minus 4. Now, these are the coordinates of the 3 points. Now, we are going to prove that the triangle formed by these 3 points is a right angle triangle. So, of course, here there are several methods to prove that the triangle is right angle. So, out of which one is finding the distances. We can find the distance of AB, BC, AC, and you can verify the Pythagoras theorem. So, that is one of its methods. And second one is vector methods. Now, let us define the vectors AB, BC, CA and finding their magnitudes. Solution. Now, let us find AB vector. AB vector is equal to OB minus OA. OB minus OA. That is OB vector, position vector of B is I minus 3J minus 5K minus OA vector is 2I minus J plus K. What about this? I minus 2J, I minus 2I minus I minus 3J plus J minus 2J minus 5K minus K minus 6K. AB vector is equal to. Now let us find its magnitude. Modulus of AB vector is equal to root of minus 1 whole square 1, minus 2 whole square 4, minus 6 whole square 36. So that it is root 41. Similarly, find BC and CA vectors. BC vector is equal to OC vector minus OB vector. OC vector is equal to 3I minus 4J minus 4K and OB vector is equal to I minus 3j minus 5k. Now 3i minus I 2i minus 4j minus of minus 3j minus 4 plus 3 minus j minus 4k plus 5 plus k. Now what is the magnitude of this vector BC? It is root over 2 square 4 minus 1 whole square 1 square 1. So 4 plus 1 plus 1 6 root 6. Therefore length of this vector BC is root 6. And now define CA vector. The CA vector is equal to OA minus OC. OA vector is 2i. OA vector is 2i minus j plus k minus OC vector is equal to 3i minus 4j minus 4k. Now this is 2i minus 3i minus I minus j plus 4j plus 3j plus k plus 4k 5k. Now this is the vector CA, and let us find the magnitude, that is minus 1 whole square 1, 3 square 9, 5 square 25. This is 25 plus 1, 26 plus 9, 39, 35. Now see the magnitudes. After finding all these magnitudes, root 41, root 6, root 35. Now clearly it is known that modulus of BC square plus modulus of CA square is equal to root 6 whole square 6 and 35 is equal to 41. That is nothing but square of modulus of AB. Therefore sum of the squares of two sides is equals to square of the third side. It happens in only right angle triangle. Therefore the triangle ABC is a right angle triangle. Right angle triangle, and right angle is situated at opposite side, the hypotenuse. Here hypotenuse means what? It is the maximum length. What is that maximum length? It is root 41. So that opposite angle to maximum length, AB is equal to its root 41 and BC is equal to root 6 and CA is equal to root 35 among these. So the maximum length is AB, hence the angle that is opposite to the maximum length is called is the right angle, hence angle C is 90 degrees. So it's a right angle triangle. ABC is a right angle triangle and right angle is situated at C. We have studied about the addition of vectors in the last session. Now we are going to find and define the product of vectors. Product of vectors. The product of vectors, it means it is multiplication of the two vectors. But how? How can we multiply the two vectors? Is it possible? Yes. If suppose two vectors A bar comma B bar are considered, now the product of these two vectors are defined in two ways. One is scalar product and second one is vector product. What is a scalar product? A bar comma B bar are two non-zero vectors. If the product of two vectors is a scalar quantity, then such product is known as a scalar product. Suppose if the product of two non-zero vectors is a vector quantity, then such product is known as a vector product. Now, let us see the scalar product first. The scalar product. Let A bar comma B bar be two non-zero vectors, then the scalar product or simply the product of then the product of vectors A bar comma B bar is denoted by A bar dot B bar, and it is defined as A bar dot B bar is equal to modulus of A vector modulus of B vector into cos theta, where theta is angle between the two vectors. Angle between the vectors A bar comma B bar. So A bar comma B bar are two non-zero vectors. Then the product, product means here scalar product. The scalar product of the two vectors A bar comma B bar is denoted by A dot B, and it is defined as A dot B is equal to mod A mod B cos theta, where theta is angle between the two vectors A bar and B bar. Now this is the definition of a scalar product. This scalar product is also known as dot product. The scalar product is also known as dot product. Now let us see this product is scalar or not. Here the scalar product between the two vectors A and B is defined as A dot B is equal to modulus of A modulus of B into cos theta. See, modulus of a vector is always a fixed number, some scalar, moreover positive. Modulus of B bar is also a fixed quantity, that is greater than 0. And cos theta, cosine angle between the two vectors, so that is also a fixed value, a constant value which lies between -1 to 1. So that here all these three quantities are some constants. Then the product of three constants is a constant known as scalar. Therefore finally the product A dot B is a scalar quantity. Hence this product is a scalar product. Now let us see B dot A. According to the definition of the scalar product, B dot A can be defined as modulus of B vector modulus of A vector into cos angle between B comma A. Now modulus of B into modulus of A, of course it is nothing but mod A into mod B, modulus of A vector into modulus of B vector into cos angle between B comma A. You know, the cos angle between A comma B is taken as theta, hence the angle between B comma A is minus theta. Therefore it is modulus of A vector into modulus of B vector. You know, cos of minus theta is nothing but cos theta. Therefore again it is the value or the product of A and B. Hence A dot B, A bar dot B bar is same as to B bar dot A bar. So the dot product or cross product of A and B same as to B and A. Hence the dot or scalar product. The dot or scalar product is commutative. we have two vectors A bar and B bar. Angle between them is theta. Now the product A dot B is equal to modulus of A into modulus of B into cos theta, where theta is angle between the two vectors. Suppose if the angle theta is equal to 0. Suppose if the angle is theta. So what? Then the two vectors become collinear vectors. When theta is equal to 0, the two vectors A bar comma B bar are collinear vectors. Collinear vectors. Then what is the dot product between them? A dot B is equal to mod A into mod B into cos 0, that is 1. Therefore, A dot B is equal to modulus of A vector into modulus of B vector. When the two vectors A and B are collinear, then A dot B is equal to mod A mod B. Now the converse is also true. Whenever A dot B is equal to mod A mod B, then the two vectors are collinear. So that A comma B are collinear vectors implies and implied by A dot B is equal to mod A mod B. Now this is the first observation. Second one, suppose if theta is less than 90 degrees. Now A dot B is equal to modulus of A into modulus of B into cos theta. Here theta is less than 90 degrees but more than 0 degrees. If theta is 0 to 90, that means acute angle. Then what? We know that the cos values between 0 to 90, 0 degrees to 90 degrees lies between 0 and 1. If 0 degrees less than theta less than 90 degrees, then the cos values are lying between 0 less than cos theta less than 1. Now, here cos theta is always the quantity that belongs to the interval 0 to 1. So that when mod A mod B multiplied by some constant lies between 0 to 1, then it would be less than or equal to mod A mod B. Because the maximum value of cos theta is equal to 1. So that A dot B is less than or equal to mod A mod B. Third point, actually it is less than, not equal. Since theta value is not 90 degrees, theta is less than 90, then A dot B is less than mod A mod. Suppose if theta is particularly 90 degrees, then what? A bar dot B bar is equal to mod A into mod B into cos theta, cos 90 degrees. What is the angle? What is the value at 90 degrees? Cos 90 is equal to 0. So that mod A into mod B into 0 is equal to some 0. Therefore, A dot B is equal to 0. So if A theta is equal to 90, then A dot B is equal to 0. When does theta is 90? If the two vectors are perpendicular to each other, like this. If one vector A bar is like this and B vector like this, if this angle is right angle or 90 degrees, then A dot B is equal to 0. Next, the fourth one is, suppose if the theta value lies between 90 to 180. 90 less than theta less than 180. Then what would be A dot B? A dot B is equal to mod A mod B into cos theta. You know, when theta lies between 90 to 180, cos theta is always lies between 0 to minus 1. A dot B is equal to mod A mod B cos theta. Now, when theta lies between 0 to 180 degrees, then cos values are lying between -1 to 0. That means negative values. Hence, -1 to 0. When cos theta lies between -1 to 0, then it is always the minimum value of cos theta is always greater than -1. Therefore, it is totally greater than mod A mod B. So, A dot B is greater than mod A mod B when theta is lying between 90 to 180. In other words, if theta is obtuse, A dot B greater than mod A mod B. If theta is less than 90 acute, then A dot B is less than mod A mod B. When theta is equal to 90 degrees, A dot B is equal to 0. Next one. Here, the two vectors A and B both are non-zero vectors. Suppose if one of them is a null vector, either A bar is equal to 0 bar or B bar is equal to 0 bar. One of them is a null vector. Then, what would be the dot product? Actually, the dot product is equals to 0 since the angle cannot be defined between 0 bar and B bar. If A bar is equal to 0 bar, then we cannot define the angle between null vector to B vector. So that directly we can write it as A dot B is equal to 0. But one thing is clear that when theta is equal to 90, A dot B 0. When either A bar is null vector or B bar null vector, then also A dot B 0. Hence, A bar dot B bar is equal to 0 implies then either A bar is equal to 0 bar or B bar is equal to 0 bar or A bar is perpendicular to B bar. There are three possibilities. When A dot B equals to 0, either one of them is a null vector or one is perpendicular to the other. If no one is a non-zero vector such that A dot B equals to 0, then only A is perpendicular to B. Next one. What is the dot product between same vectors? A dot A. A bar dot A bar is equal to. Now, by the definition, A dot A is equal to mod A into cos angle between A comma A. Mod A into mod A square into, cos angle between the vector A bar to itself. It is 0 degrees. So, cos 0 is equal to 1. Hence, it is mod A square. Therefore, A dot A is equal to mod A square. B dot B equal to mod B square. Similarly, if any vector you take like C dot C, then that is also equals to mod C square. Now, these are the observations we can find from the scalar product A dot B is equal to mod A mod B cos theta. Now, let us find the scalar product between IJK the scalar product of IJK. We know IJK are three unit vectors along the three coordinate axes x, y, z respectively. Now, I bar dot I bar is equal to, already we know the dot product of a vector to itself is always mod A square. Similarly, it is mod I square. Modulus of I is equal to 1. Hence, it is mod I square is equal to 1. Therefore, I dot I is equal to 1. In the same way, J dot J is equal to mod J square, which is equals to 1. K dot K is equal to mod K square. It is also equals to 1. Therefore, I dot I is equal to J dot J is equal to k dot k is equal to 1. Suppose, let us take the dot product between I and j, j and k, I and k. What happens? I dot j is equal to modulus of I vector modulus of j vector into cos angle between I comma j. Modulus of I vector is 1 since it is a unit vector. Magnitude of j vector is also 1 into cos angle between I comma j. You know, the I vector is always lie along the coordinate axis x and j vector is on the y-axis and k vector is on z-axis. Usually I, j, k are three vectors lie on the three coordinate axes. So that since I is along x-axis and j is along y-axis, therefore the angle between I comma j is 90 degrees. Therefore this is 1 into cos 90 is equal to 0, so that it is 0. Similarly, j dot k. Here j and k are also mutually perpendicular vectors. Mod j into mod k into cos angle between j comma k. Again it is 1 into cos 90, that is 0 is 0. Similarly, k dot I is also 0. Why? Because k and j are also mutually perpendicular vectors. Therefore, I dot j is equal to j dot k is equal to k dot I is equal to 0. So remember, these are the two important relations between I, j, k. Now there are two important properties. The one is, if a bar comma b bar comma c bar are three vectors, then a bar dot b bar plus c bar is equal to a bar dot b bar plus a bar dot c bar. Now this is one property known as distributive property. A dot b plus c is equal to a dot b plus a dot c. Suppose a bar comma b bar be any two vectors and lambda is some scalar, lambda is some scalar, a bar comma b bar are two vectors and lambda is some scalar, then lambda into a bar dot b bar is equal to lambda into a bar dot b bar, that is also equals to lambda into a bar dot b bar, it is also equals to a bar dot lambda b bar. Now these are the two important properties on the dot product. Now let us define the dot product between two vectors mathematically. Suppose if a bar is equal to a1i plus a2j plus a3k and second vector b bar is equal to b1i plus b2j plus b3k, then what is the dot product between them? A dot b. So by the definition, a dot b is equal to mod a mod b cos theta. Now, but mathematically a dot b is equal to a1i plus a2j plus a3k dot b1i plus b2j plus b3k. Now applying the distributive property, a1 b1 into I dot I, a1 b2 into I dot j, a1 b3 into I dot k, plus a2 b1 j dot I, a2 b2 into j dot j, a2 b3 into j dot k, plus a3 b1 into k dot I, a3 b2 into k dot j, plus a3 b3 into k dot k. By this property, by the first property, distributive property, we can apply the property here like this. But already you know that I dot I is equal to 1, I dot j is equal to 0, I dot k equals to 0, j dot I is equal to 0, j dot j 1, j dot k 0, k dot I is equal to 0, k dot j is equal to 0, k dot k is equal to 1. On the substitution, a1 b1 into 1, a1 b2 into 0 plus a1 b3 into 0 plus a2 b1 into 0 plus a2 b2 into 1 plus a2 b3 into 0 plus a3 b1 into 0 plus a3 b2 into 0 plus a3 b3 into 1. So here this entire product is 0 and this is also 0, it is also 0, this one and this one also zeros. So after getting some zeros, so later it reduces to a1 b1 plus a2 b2 plus a3 b3. So the dot product of a and b is equal to a1 b1 plus a2 b2 plus a3 b3. See what are a1, a2, a3? These are the components of the given vector a bar. b1, b2, b3 are the components of the vector b bar, so that it is the sum of the product of corresponding components of the respective vectors. If any two vectors are given, then you can multiply the corresponding components a1 b1 plus a2 b2 plus a3 b3. So that gives the dot product of any given two vectors. Now the important definition, projection. Projection of a vector on a line. Suppose L bar is some vector and AB is another vector. Now let us take the feet of the perpendiculars drawn from A and B to the line L. Let it be L. Now this is M. L and M are the feet of the perpendiculars drawn from A comma B to the line L. Now one more vector is defined from L to M. The LM vector is called, this vector LM is called the projection or projection of vector AB bar on the line L bar. So this is the definition to projection of a vector. Suppose if one vector is like this, OA vector and OB vector, let OA bar is equal to A bar and OB bar is equal to B bar. So here the two vectors are having same initial point O, and consider a perpendicular from B to the vector A bar, let it be some C. Let this foot of the perpendicular be C. Now here according to the definition, the vector OC is projection of B bar on A bar. Suppose if angle between these two vectors A and B is theta, A bar comma B bar, angle between A comma B is equal to theta. Now from the diagram, you see, from this diagram, what is cos theta? Cos theta from this diagram is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse. Here adjacent side is OC, hypotenuse is OB. Therefore OC is equal to OB into cos theta. Hence OC vector is equal to OB vector into cos theta. Therefore the projection of B vector on A vector is OB bar into cos theta. But OC vector is equal to OB bar means that it is B bar into cos theta. You know, here OC is what? It is the length of the projection of OC vector. While taking the magnitude, modulus of OC is equal to modulus of B vector into modulus of cos theta. Therefore, the length of the projection OC is equal to mod B into cos theta. That is equal. So mod B into cos theta. That's all. Mod B into cos theta. So that modulus of OC is nothing but the length of the projection. The length of the projection is equal to mod B into cos theta. Now let us see the projections of a vector on a line in different ways. It is L is a line and AB is a vector which makes an angle theta with this line. So draw a perpendicular from B to the line L. Now the vector AC is called projection of AB on the line L. When theta lies between 0 to 90 degrees. This is first case. When theta is between 0 to 90, then the projection of the vector AB like this. Second case, suppose if the angle 0 less than, suppose 90 degrees less than theta less than 180 degrees, its second case, theta is more than 90 degrees. Now this is L, let it be AB vector, which makes an angle theta which is in the interval 90 to 180. Now on this extension So we can take the perpendicular BC to the line L like this. Now here the AC will be the projection. This AC is the projection vector of AB on L in this case. Now in third case, if the angle 180 less than theta less than 270 degrees, let it be the line L, and suppose if the vector AB making an angle theta like this. Now how to define the projection? Now here also extension of this line. This is the line, extend like this, and consider a perpendicular BC, perpendicular BC. Now here the vector AC is projection of AB on line L when theta lies between 180 to 270. Suppose if theta is in the region 270 to 180, 270 to 360, 270 less than theta less than 360. Now here this is the line and this is the vector AB making the angle theta like this, which is more than 270. Now the projection, this AC will be the projection of AB on L, so that the projections of the vector AB on L in different quadrants like this. OB bar has the position vector B bar, OA bar has the position vector A bar, and this is the perpendicular, let it be B vector, and consider the point C here. Now AC is perpendicular to AB. If suppose angle between the two vectors A bar comma B bar is equal to theta, now the OC vector, the vector OC is called projection of A vector on B bar. Now let us define this vector. So by this diagram, OC is equal to what? It is the length of projection of the vector OA on OB. That OC is equal to mod A into cos theta. So it is already known. So length of the projection mod A into cos theta, where cos theta is A dot B by mod A mod B, by the definition of dot product. A dot B is equal to mod A mod B cos theta. From that, cos theta is equal to A dot B by mod A mod B. Now the length of the projection is mod A cos theta. We can write it as mod A cos theta. You see here, mod A cos theta is equal to A dot B by mod B. But what is mod A cos theta? It is nothing but the length of the projection. Therefore, the length of projection, of A bar on B bar is mod A cos theta, that is A bar dot B bar by mod B. Now this is the formula to find length of the projection. Now we are going to find the projection vector in the direction of B bar. Now let us find the unit vector in the direction of B bar. The unit vector along B bar is B bar by mod B. Unit vector along B bar is B bar by mod B bar. Now, the vector OC is equal to the magnitude of OC into unit vector along this direction of B bar, that is B by mod B. But modulus of OC is equal to A dot B by modulus of B vector into B by mod B. Therefore, it is A bar dot B bar into B bar by mod B into mod B whole square. Therefore, the projection of the vector A bar on B bar is, or simply the projection vector of A bar on B bar is A dot B into B by mod B square. Now, that is the important definition to the projection of a vector. Let A bar is equal to A1i plus A2j plus A3k be any vector in Cartesian coordinate system OX, OY, OZ or the three coordinate axes, and A bar is a vector like this. It makes an angle alpha with x axis, beta with y axis and gamma with z axis. Now, alpha beta are called directed angles and cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma are called direction cosines, we know. Now, cos alpha is equal to, since this vector A bar is making an angle alpha with x axis means, so there is a vector, unit vector on x axis, that is I bar. Hence, it is making an angle alpha with the x axis means that it makes the same angle alpha with the unit vector I bar. Therefore, cos alpha is equal to A bar dot I by mod A into mod I. It is A dot I by mod A bar. Mod I is equal to 1. Similarly, A dot I is equal A dot I by mod A. Now, A dot I is equal to A1I vector plus A2j vector plus A3k vector dot I by mod A. Now, A1 I dot I is equal to 1 plus A2 j dot I 0, A3 k dot I 0. Therefore, it is A1 by mod A. You know, cos alpha is equal to A1 by mod A. Similarly, cos beta is equal to, now cos beta is equal to A dot j by mod A mod j. Since beta is angle made by the vector A bar with y axis. With the y axis means it is making the same angle beta with unit vector z bar lie on y axis. So that cos beta is equal to A2 by mod A and cos gamma is equal to A3 by mod A. But already we have A bar is equal to A1i plus A2j plus A3k. But unit vector along A bar is A bar by mod A. Unit vector along A bar is A bar by mod A. A bar is equal to A1i plus A2j plus A3k by mod A. Now we can write it as A1 by mod A vector into I vector plus A2 by mod A into J vector plus A3 by mod A into K vector. You know, A1 by mod A is equal to cos alpha, so that we can replace this quantity by cos alpha. Cos alpha into I vector, and it is cos beta into J vector plus cos gamma into K vector. Therefore, the unit vector along A bar is cos alpha I plus cos beta J plus cos gamma K. So, whenever you find a unit vector, then their components are simply direction cosines of the vector. Here are two problems. One is find the angle between two vectors A bar and B bar with the magnitudes root 3 and 2 respectively. The magnitude of A vector is equal to root 3, magnitude of B vector is equal to 2, and A dot B is equal to root 6. Then find angle between them. Now, the solutions. First one, given that modulus of A vector is equal to root 3 and modulus of B vector is equal to 2, A dot B is equal to root 6. Now we have A dot B is equal to mod A mod B cos theta. So here A dot B, it is already given that root 6. Mod A is equal to root 3 into mod B is equal to 2 into cos theta. So from this, cos theta is equal to, cancel root 3 in root 6 root 2 times by 2. But root 2 by 2 is equal to 1 by root 2, which is equals to cos pi by 4. Hence, theta is equal to pi by 4. What is theta? Theta is angle between the two vectors. Hence, the angle between the two vectors is equal to pi by 4. Now, the second one. Find the angle theta between two vectors A bar and B bar, where A bar is equal to I plus J minus K and B bar is equal to I minus J plus K. Given A bar is equal to I plus J minus K and B vector is equal to I minus J plus K. Now, let us find modulus of A vector. The magnitude of the vector is given by root of sum of squares of their components, 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is root 3. And modulus of B vector is equal to root of 1 plus 1 plus 1, it is also root 3. Now, we want to find angle between them, cos theta. Cos theta is equal to A dot B by mod A mod B. Cos theta is given by mod A mod B by the definition. A dot B is what? A dot B is equal to, already we proved that the dot product of two vectors is sum of product of corresponding components. 1 into 1, 1 plus 1 into minus 1, 1 into minus 1 plus minus 1 into 1 whole divided by mod A is equal to root 3, mod B is also root 3. It is 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus 2 plus 1 minus 1 by root 3 into root 3, 3. Therefore, cos theta is equal to minus 1 by 3. Theta is equal to cos inverse minus 1 by 3. theta is equal to cos inverse minus 1 by 3. Of course, it can be taken as pi minus cos inverse of 1 by 3 also. Next, third one. If a bar is equal to 5i plus j minus 3k, b bar is equal to I plus 3j minus 5k, two vectors are given, then show that the given vectors a bar plus b bar and a bar minus b bar are perpendicular to each other. When does the two vectors are perpendicular? If dot product between the two vectors is 0. Now let us see whether the dot product between these two vectors is 0 or not. Before that, let us find a plus b vector and a minus b vector. A bar plus b bar is equal to, find a plus b vector, where a is equal to 5i minus j plus 3k, b is equal to I plus 3j minus 5k. Add them. 5i plus I, 6i, minus j plus 3j plus 2j, minus 3k minus 5k minus 8k. Next, similarly, let us find a minus b vector. A minus b, 5i minus I, 4i, minus j minus 3j minus 4j, minus 3k minus of minus plus 5k plus 2k. Now, two vectors a plus b and a minus b are defined. Now, let us see the dot product. A bar plus b bar dot a bar minus b bar. So, the dot product is 6 into 4 plus 2 into minus 4 plus minus 8 into 2. It is 24 minus 8 minus 16. 24 minus 8 minus 16 minus 24. 24 minus 24 gets cancelled 0. Since the dot product of the two vectors is 0, hence the two vectors are perpendicular. Therefore, a plus b vector is perpendicular to a minus b vector. That's all.